Well, Steve is talking about cooling temperatures. We're talking about something cool too, creating art on your iPad. ArtRage for the iPad is one of the most sophisticated applications for creating digital art. And next weekend, iPad artists from around the world are going to be displaying their works right here in New Haven at a show called ArtRage at the Grove. Here to tell us more about that and to provide proof that there is such a thing as an iPad artist, Raheem Nelson, thank you very much for coming in here.
Thanks for having me.
I did not know this was something people were doing, creating art on the iPad. How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for about 2 years now, and I've been using ArtRage for about 1.5 years.
Okay, that's the name of the application. There's an app for that, and it's called ArtRage. You're going to be drawing me, is that right, while we're sitting here talking?
Off camera, I already started sketching
you got the
out.
outline of a sketch, all right. If you keep going, we're going to take a couple of shots from above while you tell us, while you do that, and while you tell us about this show called ArtRage at the Grove. Now, there are other people doing what you do, I guess, right?
Yeah, for this show, we've got like 15 international artists, you know, from places like Spain and the United Kingdom. And I just put out a call to artists online. I've been networking for, 2 years now. And so I put out the call. People submitted to me via email. And it's all worked from the iPad from this application right here called ArtRage.
Okay, why don't you show us how this works, how you do this?
Okay, so you could say I did my homework. I went and got a picture of you offline.
Yep.
And the great thing about this application is I can just insert the photo and I can start sketching and painting. My tools are on the side here. I've got my pencil tool, and this little box here is for layers. So if I tap that with this pen here, I have 3 layers. This one right here was the one I started with, and I picked a color here for a blue right there, just to make a light sketch.
Okay.
And then after that, I put one on top. I hit new, makes a new layer, like a new box, and I can just turn things on and off, and it allows me to go in and sketch. But I'm going to go in and start painting you while we talk about the program.
And we've got what I think are some other works done on the iPad to show folks. Is that what we're going to be seeing here? We've got a picture to show folks. Oh, yes, nice. Of course, you would want to do Steve Jobs.
Yeah, I did that right after he passed away too. I wanted to do a nice tribute piece.
Absolutely. Well, what's more appropriate than doing Steve Jobs as iPad art? Yeah. What do we got up next here? What is?
That's another piece I did for the show, and I just wanted to kind of show my perspective on, using an iPad and iPad art.
You have used an iPad to create art that is what you see on your iPad. Is
Exactly.
that what I'm looking at here? That's talk about layers. There are layers to that.
There are a lot of layers to this one,
Okay.
like 5 or 6 layers.
Okay, and we've got New Year's Eve in New York next. That's a little bit more almost impressionistic there. Tell me about that shot.
This one was from an artist named Claire.
Okay.
And I got this one recently. It was like right before the deadline, which was a few days ago for the call to artists. And she was an artist I met in New York City at a convention for iPad art. And that's sort of where all this came about. I networked with a few people, met some new people, and I really liked her style. She spoke at this event. It was actually at the Tisch School of Arts at NYU.
Okay.
And she put together this nice presentation, and I saw that she submitted too, and I really liked the piece that she put together.
Okay, all right. All right, yeah, this is like an actual brush you're working with here.
This is called a Nomad brush, and I have had this for a few months now.
Okay.
And it's one of the best tools you can use for ArtRage, because it's fluid, and I can just go in there and I'm actually painting.
Like you're painting, that's amazing. You must sort of miss that tactile sensation of paint on, canvas or whatever. Am I right, or is it sort of?
I would say not so much,
Really?
because this is just so clean. I have no mess, no fuss, no cleanup time. I can just go in.
Okay.
I mean, I can have dinner, for instance, and then just start painting.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about any cleanup or anything.
And I would have to think that and not that you would, but if there would ever be a situation in which you make a little mistake, a little easier to
Right, I
erase.
just hit this button right here, and then it lets me go back and forth.
Gotcha. Okay, sort of an undo, if you will.
That's right.
I'm told we've actually got a picture of you we're going to see here by somebody else.
Yeah, my friend Richard Schulman, and I met him in New York at the same conference. He painted me recently, and he posted it online for me to see. I took a photo, and I just put it up, and he said he wanted to try painting me.
Okay.
And this is the second painting he did of me, actually.
How popular is this is this a thing out there? I mean, how many people are really doing this, at high, quality levels, not just, you know, kids playing with a thing, but how many real artists are using the iPad these days?
A lot. I mean, Susan Murtaugh, for instance, she's a retired painter, and she uses a Cintiq tablet, and she uses an iPad for her work. And her work is just phenomenal. Mia Robinson is another one. She's a founder of the International Association of Digital Artists.
So it's a lot of people.
There are a lot of people that are doing great work.
All right, okay, we got one more example of the work we want to show people. This is Pancakes. That is a cool painting right there, I got to tell you.
Thank you. That's another piece I did. It was actually in an art show in Europe through this guy named Fabric Lenny. It was in Yorkshire, UK, and I was very happy to have my work abroad. I mean, I've never been to Europe, but, you know, my artwork has been.
All right. Well, Raheem Nelson, thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Thank you for educating me and everybody else that this is actually a thing that's going on out there. You want to know more? Log on to our website, WTNH.com. Click on the Good Morning Connecticut section.